Speaking of shutting things down, can we talk about Facebook shutting me down and my suing them?
Facebook shut you down?
I did a piece on, is global warming really a horrible crisis? Got 24 million views on Facebook. And now they won't show it to anybody because they hire these fact checkers from the Poynter Institute, this leftist group, which is, I think, run by the St. Petersburg paper here in Florida. And they justify it by saying, well, our fact checkers found your story incomplete. Well, it's a 5-minute TV piece. Of course it's incomplete. And the fact checkers say it's wrong because Stossel said this. And they put what they say I said in quotes. And it's not what I said. They took a quote from someone else or made it up. And when we point this out, they don't change it. They're lying about me. And so far in the court case, that one headline that you just put up, they said, well, our fact checkers are really just opinions, so you can't sue us. But they call them fact checks.
Former Fox Business host John Stossel suing Facebook, alleging that the social media company and one that's contracted fact-checking organization defaming him when it flagged two of his videos, alerting viewers to missing context and partly false claims. The lawsuit also claims that Stossel's professional reputation has been significantly and irreparably damaged by the false labels and statements. Since Stossel left Fox Business, he's been releasing videos on various social platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the endeavor has apparently been somewhat lucrative, has made around $10,000 a month from Facebook alone. My news model is based on social media. Our company's showing you videos, he said on Facebook, but when Facebook fact-checking label appeared on two videos, Stossel alleges that his ad revenue from the platform was cut by 45%. Interesting. So is this done with? Is it still going? Is it still pending?
It's still going. These cases take a while. And I don't care about the revenue, but Facebook used to be my main outlet in reaching millions of people. Now it's YouTube, because once these idiot fact checkers, Facebook just gives up the power to them. We don't like this. We think climate change is a bigger crisis than you implied, so you can't say it.
Are you friends with Dennis Prager?
I like what he does. We're not personal friends.
You guys have never spoken?
Years back, we've spoken.
Got it. No, only reason I ask, I'm not trying to find a conspiracy here between the two of you. I'm just saying, like, he sued YouTube, and they had a issue that they went back and forth. I don't know if you've spoken to him and his wife. Yeah, but it was a lot of good information came out of him losing. The rest of us learned a lot from it. I don't know if may not be a bad idea for the two of you guys to speak. So their argument really was that you didn't necessarily, misrepresent. It was a quote, and the whole story wasn't given. So because of that, we got to take this 24 million view video down.
They basically it's so
24
complicated
million
to say
is a real
here.
number, by the way, on Facebook.
On Facebook, of course.
24 million down to zero.
Who's the Facebook guy that you interviewed? The Facebook fast checker.
Yeah. He was not a fact checker. He was not a fact checker. He
moderator.
was a moderator. He looked at things that they would take down and things that they wouldn't take down. And that revealed a lot. He was a guy that worked for Facebook, telling us some of the systems, and the guy got emotional in the interview because I couldn't work at Facebook anymore because of what was going on. But he wasn't working for Facebook. He was an independent third-party organization that moderated. So a lot of these guys are third-party people that are not necessarily Facebook.
Almost all of them.
Yeah. Moderators are kind words for censors.
And it's a tough job because you want to keep child molestation off and direct threats of violence. And so these poor guys have to view all this creepy stuff all day.
Yeah, but
mine is different.
As the Supreme Court said, you know pornography when you see it. That's what the Supreme Court said. We're talking about the difference between censorship. Porn? Well, again, you know it when you see it. And I believe in the Supreme Court's ruling, but censorship is a whole different matter.
But John, we've obviously seen a lot of censorship and things being taken down regarding
and they have
vaccines.
every right
regarding
to do
vaccines. We've seen that.
Right.
So
and I hate it, but they can do it legally. But they can't lie about me.
What, they have every right to do what?
To take down anything they want. It's their
discretion.
Company.
Yeah.
Their company.
Yeah. That's my position.
They've made it very clear that if they don't like what you're saying about vaccines, you're cut. This is the first I've heard about global warming, though. And you think that's like, you're suing them, but at the same time you actually agree that they can take it down?
Right, but they can't lie about me. They took it down and they say, I said this. I didn't say this. We contacted the reviewers for the censors.
They
His
hadn't
argument
watched
is
it. Defamation of character position. His position is not you can't take the video down. That's the argument that he's making. Okay, that's hurting his reputation as somebody that's been doing this for decades.
And because I'm former Real reporter, when the stuff came out, we called them and said, would you talk to me? And 2 of them agreed to interviews. We showed them the piece, and they said, well, if you thought we criticized this because we saw it, no, we never watched it. What the hell?
Did they make a public announcement? Did they say anything? Did they give you an email? Did they give you words? Did they write about it somewhere where we chose to take this down? Was there anything that they came back with to protect your reputation?
I'm confused by who the they is.
Facebook.
There. No, Facebook just doesn't respond. They say, we leave it to the fact checker, appeal to them. And they
Passing the buck.
And letting the people be their own judge. Letting the fact checkers just decide if they're right or wrong. And of course they say, we're right. This piece doesn't make people understand the climate crisis.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.